Welcome back, brothers and sisters. This is breaking. We have got some leaked new rules that are going into the Federal Register. I don't even know how to set it up any better than this, but this is what I've been waiting for a very long time. The shoe is on the other foot, and Bondi just put something across the board that you guys are going to like taking authority away from the ATF. The exact language is removing delegation of authority. You're going to love every second of this, guys. I bring all the receipts. They're always linked in the description box below. And if you are about that freedom and you want to pass this on to the next generation, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on, guys, because this is breaking as of right now. It is going into the Federal Register tomorrow. I'm going to walk through the entire thing right this second, guys, but you need to send this out to everybody because it is starting. This is a big thing. All right. As you guys get in here, we got 5x5. That's good. Good stuff. And guys, please, there has never been a more appropriate video in this year in the Trump administration to hit this shirt. Impossible is just something we haven't done yet than right now. Every single one of the people watching this video grinded towards freedom, grinded in the face of guaranteed tyranny, and you won. Impossible is just something that we haven't done yet. I designed this personally. It's a limited time design. It'll only be available till Friday, and it's linked in the description box below. But this is something that I truly believe, and I think that you guys do too, because I see your actions every day. There's a link in the description box below. And with that said, thank you for supporting the channel. Guys, let's dive right into this. This is hilarious, first of all, how I figured it out. But secondly, this is coming into the Federal Register. So if you are new in this, send this out because this is exactly how the Biden administration started their tyranny gun control march, all right? Watch this, because Bondi did just strike something. So, this is from the Attorney General Matt Platkin. This is the AG of New Jersey. Of course, I find out something that leaks that's going to happen tomorrow by a complaining, gun-controlling leftist. DOJ's job is to keep the public safe. But now they're putting guns back in the hands of violent criminals and domestic abusers. A new rule gives AG Pam Bondi power to let felons possess guns. It's absurd and dangerous. We won't allow it in New Jersey. Fighting gun violence is our priority. Now, follow me on X at BradenLOA and tag AG Pam Bondi because this is positive that needs to be reinforced. I'm about to walk you through the document that I found that he let out because this is happening tomorrow. Today is the 19th for the filming of this. It's going live in the Federal Register tomorrow, which starts the commenting period. Does this remind you guys of anything? Pistol brace, ghost gun regulation, all of it? The exact same thing the Biden administration did to us for 4 years is now on the other foot, and this is the first shot across the bow. All right, so I had to figure out where this was, so I actually found the document, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. Let me just pull it up for you guys, because this is what I'm here for. If you can see right here, this is a PDF. It's a preview. It's fully available. It is public. It's in that actual X post. At the very top, in that watermark, the document is scheduled to be published in the Federal Register on 3/20/2025. So this is coming tomorrow. This is a genuine leak before it drops, all right? And before I show you all the details, because I went through and read the entire thing, and I've got all the documentation for you guys, I want to show you something really important. This is dated March 12th, 2025, so 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, rather. Pamela Bondi, Attorney General. This is something that she put in herself, and in the publication date is 3/20/25. So it is confirmed again in her signature, all right? This is what I'm talking about. We will be hard and hold people to the fire when it's bad. We will also be very, very, very liberal with our praise when it's good. Because I'm about to show you how she's taking power away from the ATF in this new rule that's going in the Federal Register tomorrow, which means it's official. Guys, if you're just now getting in here, send this one out because it is starting. This is the same process that we saw with the Biden administration, ATF, DOJ, Merrick Garland, only on the other side, on the positive side. Watch this because she's going after restoring rights of people whose guns have been taken away. So let me go through this. I've got a bunch of points highlighted. Again, everything is linked. This is the agency, Office of the Attorney General, Department of Justice. Summary. This interim final rule amends the Department of Justice's regulations relating to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives by withdrawing effective moribund regulations regarding how ATF will adjudicate applications for relief from the disabilities imposed by certain firearm laws and withdrawing a related delegation. So, the two things that you got to know here. Moribund, basically it just says that it's ineffectual, it's not working, it's doomed to failure. Okay? And there's a lot of pieces of this, so watch this whole video because you need to see what's been happening for the last 30 years that she lays out here. Now, the other piece, withdrawing a related delegation. This is really big. I'm going to let the document speak for itself. The effective date, the rule is effective basically immediately tomorrow upon the time of publication in the Federal Register. So let me just jump straight down. This is on page 4 of this document. So this is talking about prohibiting several categories of persons from possessing firearms, okay? By statute, it also provides that the person who is prohibited from possessing, shipping, transporting, or receiving firearms or ammunition may make application to the Attorney General for relief from the disability, meaning can't have your gun, right? So you have to apply to the Attorney General. And the Attorney General may grant such relief. It is established to his satisfaction that the circumstances regarding the disability in the applicant's record and reputation are such that the application will not likely to be acting in a manner dangerous to public safety, and granting of relief would not be contrary to public interest. So that's the backstory. Again, we're just going to keep on going down. Let me show you some stuff. Excuse me. Pursuant to this statutory authority and consistent with historical practice, the Attorney General delegated authority to adjudicate requests for relief from disabilities on the use of firearms by federal law to ATF. So this is why this is important, and I highlighted these points. That responsibility was given to the AG, which was then delegated to the ATF. How's that been working out? This entire order coming from the Federal Register, from Pam Bondi and the DOJ, this is all about relegating or taking back that authority that was given to the ATF away from the ATF. That is neutering the ATF on this. Okay, let's keep going because, again, I'm really excited about this. Since then, the ATF has been unable to effectuate its regulatory authority to act on individual applications due to an identical appropriations rider enacted annually. So the ATF had the responsibility, but they were not able to act on it because of another rider that Congress passed. So basically, ATF has the ability to do it, but they weren't allowed to do it by Congress. They were hiding behind that concept, okay? Again, I'm going to keep on trucking because there's a lot of stuff in here where it just gets nuked. In Executive Order 14206, this is the 2A Trump one, right? Protecting Second Amendment rights, the President reaffirmed our national commitment to the Second Amendment as an indispensable safeguard of security and liberty. Order 14206, the ATF part's coming. The Department simultaneously recognizes that no constitutional right is limitless. Consequently, it also supports existing laws that ensure, for example, that violent and dangerous persons remain disabled from lawfully acquiring firearms. From the Department's perspective, regardless of whether the Second Amendment requires an individual restoration process for persons. So that's their little coverall to say felons shouldn't have it if they're violent felons. However, listen to the however here. And that was in the executive order. That wasn't Bondi. That was the executive order. However, ATF, which currently has regulatory authority to act on applications made under that code, has been forbidden from utilizing any of its appropriated funds for staffing to process requests by individuals for over 30 years. The department respects congressional appropriation prerogatives, and it expects its forthcoming plan under Executive Order 14206 to include legislative proposals to modify or rescind the rider. Now, that is a big leak on this. If the order that's forthcoming underneath Trump's plan, which is 14206, is recommending legislative proposals to rescind the rider, that means all the congressional, basically, blocks to getting people their rights back will be removed officially in Congress. So this is not just an executive order. This is what they're recommending legislation to get people's rights back. Guys, if this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we're going to see from this order, I'm here for it, because this is not just here's an executive rule and a executive action. This is here's legislation. Oh, and by the way, we're also taking energy and authority away from the ATF. Watch this. This part right here. And if you guys are just not getting in here, send this out, because this is the first leak of the executive order rules that are coming in the Federal Register tomorrow. This is hot off the presses. The Attorney General has determined, in an exercise of her discretion under the HSA and 28 Code, that the appropriate first step is to withdraw the delegation to ATF to administer this section and withdraw the Morebound regulations governing individual applications to the ATF. Consistent with that rider, the process described will not be transferred to any other agency or department. That part right there is the ATF getting one of their toys taken away from them completely. And it's not going to go to the Treasury Department, and it's not going to go to the FBI. This part right here is key to understand. She's taking it away from the ATF, and she's not giving it anywhere else. And she's recommending legislation that's going to go to Congress to remove the rider which prevents the federal government from giving these people a way to get their rights back. Okay, let's keep going. Again, there is more of this. Thus, the Attorney General is withdrawing her delegation of authority to ATF to implement 18 U.S.C. by revising a delegation of authority and removing it completely. This part right here. With such a clean slate, the department anticipates future actions, including rulemaking consistent with applicable law, to give full effect while simultaneously ensuring that violent or dangerous individuals remain disabled from lawfully acquiring firearms. Guys, what this means, and there's a couple more, I think that's the end of the highlighted points. What this means is all of the bureaucratic red tape and all the bureaucratic BS, she just pulled out completely and didn't give the power to anybody else. She removed the delegation of the ATF to do this responsibility, and it now sits in the DOJ underneath the AG. Does that remind you of that Office story that we had where there was an entire portion of the DOJ that was looking at the pardoning or the clemency? I mean, all of this. Guys, if we're getting this incremental increase, I'm okay with incremental increase over the next 4 years, because over 4 years, incremental means a whole lot. This right here, again, I want to highlight this point because she's gotten a lot of crap. Dated March 12th, 2025, so this was actually on that same day, I believe 3 days after it was due. Pamela J. Bondi, Attorney General, publication date 3/20/2025. Now, let's go back to what's going to happen to this next point. Let me just move some stuff around, and all that's linked if you want to watch it or read it yourself. Now the next step, because we're on the other stage of, or the other phase of this. And guys, if you're getting in here, 2,200 people, thank you so much for watching this live. Send this out to everybody because the shoe's on the other foot and the ATF just had power stripped from it. Guys, rewatch this video because this is a big one. So now what you're going to see, because we know their playbook, it's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go after the rulemaking process at the state level, and they're going to go after the rulemaking process at the federal level. They're going to start suing the DOJ in order to prevent these rules from taking place. Now, here's where it's really big and different from underneath Merrick Garland when they did it and we sued them and we won almost all of them. The main point here is, A, you have to be subscribed to this channel and you have to know what's going on because we do breaking news, we do analysis, and we are all about that 2A life. But when you talk about what they're going to go for, they're going to say that, well, you can't do this because it's not law. It literally stated in there that she's going to recommend law. It also referenced other existing USC codes. All of these things, that's actually a pretty well-written little proclamation that's going in the Federal Register, and we're going to have 90 days of them losing their minds before this goes into full comment ending period, and it's in effect. Guys, this is a big one. This is the first one we've seen, and I'm here for it. Make sure you send some love out on my X account, @BradenLOA. Tag AG Pam Bondi. Encourage this kind of behavior because when we do bad things, we get bad reactions. We do good things, we get good reactions. This is a good thing. Let's spread this out everywhere. Send this out, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden.